Welcome in episode number 114 of the St0ner Sports Radio Podcast. That's right, baby, we're recapping the big game. That's right, Super Bowl talk happening now. We're talking about the recap of All-Star NBA Weekend, baby. Was it good? We'll find out. Zach has a Thunder update for us as the season is resuming now for the second half. We'll get you all caught up on everything happening Thunder related there. We will visit the sports book where we will recap our Super Bowl bets and give you kind of an upcoming layout of how we're going to go forward with that and our final thoughts, which I'm sure you'll be intrigued to hear what we have to say. Zach, how we doing on this Be Happy Friday?
I mean, we're doing great. Sam Darnold's a Super Bowl champion.
Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champion.
What else can you say?
And not as a backup, as a starting quarterback.
Not as a backup, as a starting quarterback. In fact, he played decently well. Now, I do have to apologize. That is a terrible way to go out the season. I mean, your Patriots got absolutely belt to ass.
It was bad. It was bad. Let's just jump into it. It was bad. It was not something that I would want to experience again. As a Patriots fan, I would pass on that heavily pass. Don't want to experience that again. And the Seahawks, like you said, they ran away with this thing. It wasn't close. It felt like it had a couple chances to get a little tight here and there. But we were
first half it was anyone's game.
Yeah, first half it was just not beautiful football being played on either side of the ball, and I think everyone was kind of like, man, this is kind of snoozy. And sure enough, you go up 9-0 in the third, and you're thinking, man, are the Patriots gonna get shut out? And again, the 13 points is kind of deceiving. For my Patriots, because a lot of that happened in garbage time when they were already down by a bajillion points. Kind of a Ramondre Stevenson garbage time touchdown, and what was it, a couple field goals in the fourth quarter or something.
But really, it didn't feel like the game started until the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
and the Seahawks, they were up 12-0 going into the fourth quarter, but I mean that's nothing crazy.
No,
and I mean, like, the Patriots played honestly pretty well in that fourth quarter. A little bit of garbage time for sure, but I mean, the Seahawks scored most of their points in the fourth quarter too.
Yeah,
it was a really action-packed fourth quarter. But I think the story of the game through those first three quarters is how much Kenneth Walker is just carrying this offense.
Oh yeah,
consistent field goals. One field goal in the first, 2 field goals in the second, a field goal in the third, and then they started getting touchdowns in the fourth quarter. But Kenneth Walker just obliterated this, New England defense. He goes 27 carries for 135 yards. I mean, just bananas. He won Super Bowl MVP there. Do I think he deserves Super Bowl MVP? I don't know. Some of these guys on the defense had a legit chance to win.
It should have been the kicker, baby.
It could have been the kicker.
He had. Look.
Myers.
I mean, my man had 5 field goals. I think that. I mean, you take those 15.
5 for 5.
Yeah, you take those 15 points away. This thing
17 points.
Yeah, I mean, he's you take his.
Then you look at take a look at Byron Murphy. He gets 2 sacks.
Yeah.
Fumble recovery. You get Derek Hall 2 sacks. Forced fumble, not the fumble recovery. Devin Witherspoon, they only gave him 1 sack. He should have had 2. He had a strip sack at the end that they didn't give him credit for. I probably would have given Super Bowl MVP to Devin Witherspoon.
Yeah, I mean, two good options. I mean, because you're right. I mean, Sam Darnold didn't play fantastic this game. He played good enough to win, and like you said, it was Kenneth Walker III getting it done on the ground. Because Drake May, as bad as he looked, if you take away the turnovers, not a horrible stat line, 27 of 43, 295, and 2 touchdowns. If you were to tell me that was going to be the stat line at the end of the game, I would have said probably was a high-scoring, close game, sounds like. I mean, and I
Yeah.
would have been wrong. Again, it shows you how many times the box score can lie to you after a game because you don't see those turnovers on the stat line on the little blurb over here on ESPN. You
Yeah.
just don't see it. But those turnovers were huge. Those sacks came in times where you just couldn't take them, and he looked really bad. And we said this going in that the whole entire postseason he has looked like Garbo, and it was how I expected him to play the whole entire season. That's the Drake May I thought we were gonna get. But lo and behold, he ends up having one of the better looking regular seasons you'll ever see, and gave Matthew Stafford a run for his money, losing the MVP vote by one first place vote. Right? Am I right about that? I think I'm
I
right
think so.
about
Yeah.
that. And so I mean, you were playing at that level, and then you played at the level I thought you were going to be when we drafted you the whole entire postseason, and got lucky that you played a backup quarterback. Got lucky you played a team that just wanted to give you the ball 9 million times. I mean, it was it. I knew that we didn't really deserve to be there the way we were playing, but that during the regular season we were playing well enough to deserve it. And so I felt like if we could just kind of harness some of that energy, we would have been at least able to hang in and make this, somewhat of a game. And you look at 29-13, you think, well, it might have been a game at some point. It really never was. It really never was.
No, it never
And
was.
and that's the disappointing part. Was it was never one of those where like, oh, this could be it. Oh, this could be it. Oh, this could be it. And it just, it never happened. We never broke through. And I don't know who to blame other than just the poor play of the offensive line. The offensive line got bullied. We got two rookies on the same side of the offensive line. I mean, Will Campbell's getting
The
bullied.
blind side.
I mean, yeah, the left side, the blind side of the line is two rookies that were just getting abused by better defensive ends, and
Yeah.
it was just an absolute slaughter up front. And that's where games are won and lost. No matter how talented you have guys on the outsides or behind you in the backfield, you don't have anywhere to go or no time to give it to them. You're not doing anything, and that was kind of the defense that I was afraid that the Seahawks were going to come out with. But I was hoping that we got the Sam Darnold that we got. We got the right version of Sam Darnold. As a Patriots fan, you have to look at that and go, that's the version of Sam Darnold we wanted. What we didn't want is Kenneth Walker to go buku bananas crazy, because that alleviates a lot of the stress off of Sam and puts it in the hands of KW3 and not and not Sam Darnold. So I think that was kind of the mistakes were made when we couldn't stop the run. That was the thing, and it wasn't like we weren't stopping it occasionally. It was just we let too many big ones pop. Those 30-yard runs he had were brutal, getting them inside field goal territory, setting them up in the red zone several times. Granted, the red zone defense fantastic. Tip your hat. Force field goals all game long. That usually wins you football games. It just didn't happen because the offense was so anemic. So just a really bad game to watch from a football perspective. The commercials were horrible. Halftime was okay. I enjoy some thick Latinas shaking that thing. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay.
What do you mean? Kid Rock was the halftime performer.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I must have been looking at the wrong TV.
Wait a minute. You're telling me you didn't turn on the Kid Rock halftime show?
I may have had it on another screen somewhere in the house that I wasn't occupying at the time. But I will say
So
that
you didn't hear the lyrics about him fucking underage girls?
I made sure that I turned that part up specifically. I was like, when he sings that song, crank that bitch. But because at that time, and here's the thing. I will say, I did have the TV on mute, so I was literally just looking at the visuals of these very thick women dancing, and in the background, I had Kid Rock serenading me. So I was kind of doing both. I didn't want to come off as too un-American. Don't want to piss off those people. So,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
It's a beautiful way to put it.
don't want to get them mad. But yeah, overall, what would you give the grade of this Super Bowl? A, B, C, D, F. What would you give it?
I mean, this is honestly D.
I'm gonna, I'm,
This
I'm,
is
I'm,
not
I'm gonna say D plus because of the thick Latinas. D plus, thick Latina gets you the
sure.
plus.
Yeah, well, I'm not including the Super
Oh,
Bowl
you're
in
not
this
including.
or
Okay,
the halftime show. I mean, um,
yeah,
if I was talking about the game.
yeah, the game itself.
You
Yeah,
know,
I'll give you D. Game D. Overall
if I
experience.
include everything else, yeah, maybe like a D plus. I mean, it's it was honestly fun to watch the defensive performance out of Seattle,
Yeah,
but I mean, I feel like we knew that the game was over after the first quarter, even though it was only like a 3-0
yeah,
lead. It was
I
like,
I'll
yeah,
be
I
honest,
mean, Drake May can't do a single thing out there.
I wasn't too down in the dumps until we turned it over that first drive of the third quarter. I was like, once we turned it over and he got
Yeah.
strip sacked in the third quarter, that first opening drive, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to the game and moved on to something else because I knew it was over. I knew it was going to get ugly. And then you kept messaging me like, "Oh, this could be it. Like they could be making a run here." And there was like, I was like, "Man, they ain't making no damn run. Like this is not Tom
They
Brady."
got within they got within 6, I think,
Yeah, it
in
was
the
it
fourth
was
quarter.
it was something like that. It was like yeah, it was close where it was like they just need a stop and a score, and it's like the problem is the scoring aspect of that was just so unlikely because of the level of defense they were going up against, and just they just came out so flat. It was just like
Yeah.
this ain't no Super Bowl 50 comeback, baby, ain't happening. You know,
Generational defense.
yeah, I mean it. But now here's a question for you. I think there was a better defensive performance by the Seahawks team when they played Peyton Manning in that Super Bowl. They blew him out.
Legion of Boom.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that performance in a Super Bowl because of the
I don't
massive
know.
amount of
Well,
defensive touchdowns.
sure, but the sheer just stopping the Patriots offense through literally, 3.5 quarters, just completely shutting them down. Um, I think that they belonged in the same group up there with like the um, 2000 Ravens, the 2008 Steelers, um, that 2015 Broncos team, as like some of the greatest defenses to win the Super Bowl. Um, so yeah, I think they're right up there with that 2000. What was it? The 2013 team.
Yeah,
I want to say
yeah,
is when
yeah,
they beat the
12 or
beat the
13, yeah.
Broncos.
Um,
I mean that defense is hard to beat. I mean,
well, and maybe
Cam
I'm talking from
Chancellor,
like a
Richard
visual
Sherman.
standpoint, like from a visual standpoint, like that game, I guess, impacted me more mentally because of I remember the touchdowns, like the fumble returns and the pick sixes in that game more than I remember just the sheer brick wall that this year's Seahawks defense was in this Super Bowl. Because, like you said, yeah, they were probably statistically more dominant than that Legion of Move team, especially in the Super Bowl specifically, because
Yeah,
we couldn't move the football. But like visually, it didn't feel like oh, this is super dominant. You know what I'm saying? Like you go back and go, yeah, that's a lot. Like 6 sacks and 2 strip fumbles. Like, yeah, but like, did you have any defensive touchdowns? No, you didn't. Like, they weren't exciting plays as far as like the end result of the plays. So I think, like I said, in my mind, as far as like imprinted moments that I've watched Super Bowl wise, I don't know if I'm gonna remember the strip sacks of this Super Bowl. What I'm gonna remember is Kenneth Murray running crazy. But what I remember about that Denver
I'm gonna remember Will
Broncos,
Campbell getting his ass beat.
yeah, that too. That's gonna scar me for sure. You don't think I have PTSD from that? Uh,
That's the story of his career until he wins
yeah,
unless he wins a Super Bowl. That's the
yeah.
story of his career is
That's
getting his
so rough.
ass
That's so rough.
absolutely
That's
beaten
so
in the
rough.
Super Bowl.
But you
He
see,
gave
but
up like what 3 sacks?
yeah, but you get what I'm saying though. Like I remember those Seahawks. I remember Wagner scooping
Yeah,
that ball up and scoring. You know what I'm saying? I remember them just beating the shit out of Peyton Manning and me loving every minute of it because I really had convinced myself that Peyton was not going to win a Super Bowl in Denver either. Now, granted, they got lucky playing the goddamn Panthers. I mean, even though that was a Cam Newton MVP season, got to jump on that ball, homie. But I mean, it's just,
he was scared.
yeah, I just get scared. But I mean, I
I was scared.
I just loved seeing Peyton Manning getting his shit rocked, and it was just
Yeah,
it just kept happening and kept happening. And this one, I don't think I'm gonna remember how suffocating this defense was statistically, but I think you are right in the fact that as far as Super Bowl performance goes, as far as like giving up yards and stuff, I believe, not even looking at it, that this team gave up way less than that other Seahawks team against Peyton Manning. Because I guarantee you that team moved the ball eventually in that game. There's no way they didn't. But it was just the fact their turnovers were so brutal and led to points instantaneously. And it happened so early in that game that the game was out of reach by halftime. I mean, it was a shellacking. That was like a 56-13 win, right? Like they just blew them the hell out. It wasn't even close. But it was just
I
such
mean,
a
but what if I told you that this Super Bowl, the Seahawks had 335 total yards and the Patriots had 331?
That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't sound like that was the case. It just sounds like the performance was more dominant than that. But I guess when you're playing behind and having to throw it as much as they did, I mean, 295 from Drake May is a big chunk of that. I mean, that's a huge chunk. That's all but 37 yards. I mean, that's you know,
Yeah.
and I don't know how many of those were. Couldn't be his rushing yards. He got sacked too many times. So that.
Well, that's the thing. Is like you looked at this, you looked at these stats, and you honestly, when you look at them, you think the Patriots probably should have won the game.
Yeah, it's wild.
And it's really just because, really, I mean, the Super Bowl, it really wasn't that exciting, but there were moments that really determined this game, and those moments were like, when Patriots drove the ball down into the red zone in the second quarter and throw a pick.
Yeah.
Like it's those moments right there that kind of turn the game. So, the Seahawks, their offense honestly played terrible. And what they were able to do is just get into field goal range and not make the mistakes that the Patriots were making. When you really look at the stats on this game, the Patriots handed the Seahawks this Super Bowl. I mean, they just handed it to them because they couldn't protect the quarterback and they were turning the ball over at times when they could not afford a turnover at all.
Yep.
Um, and then just like untimely sacks, it was just a recipe for disaster. Will Campbell was getting his ass beat. Comes out with the injury news after the game, as you always do, right?
Hmm.
Um, I mean, Drake May couldn't do a single thing out there.
Yeah, and like you said, the box score would not make you believe that, but visually, that's what it looked like all night long. Like
Yeah, I
it
mean, if you watch this game, you're thinking like, as you're watching the game, you're thinking Seahawks are dominating.
yeah,
But then, like when you look back on the stats, you're like, yeah, I mean, really, it was just the timing. It was
yeah.
the
That's what
Seahawks
I'm saying. It
timing
was
on
it was just
defense
it was
that
just
won them
we
this
made
game.
mistakes and we could least afford to make them. That was what happened, and it was due to
Yeah.
our shortcomings. So yeah, no, you're right about that. But yeah, I think D plus overall experience, D for the game as far as exciting rewatchability. Like I won't be going back to watch this game. Like even as even if I wasn't a Patriots fan, I wouldn't be like I'm going to go back and watch this game. It just was not.
No.
It was not one you want to be like. That's how the NFL needs to advertise their product. Like it was a Patriots' fault that it looked so bad. I can't deny that. So yeah, but
Yeah,
hey,
they should open that season with the film of the Super Bowl. The Patriots should, and it should start with Will Campbell.
yep, I agree. I agree. Fix it. Get it done. So, but hey, that wasn't the only thing that was possibly disappointing. NBA All Star Weekend uh, took place, and you had the 3-point contest that was a lot of people think the highlight of the weekend. You had the dunk contest,
Mm.
which a lot of people thought was probably one of the worst ones we've ever seen in the history of the dunk contest. And then we had the All Star game format, which I kind of thoroughly enjoyed until the last game. Um, I thought I thought the format was pretty good. So let's go ahead and talk about the 3-point contest. I did not really get to peep this because, again, due to the Olympics, this was shown at 4 o'clock Central Time, so 2 o'clock local time out there in LA. People in LA having lunch missed this. That's how early in the early in the afternoon uh, this took place. Um, did you get to catch any of it? Did you have any ambition to catch any of it?
I did. I got to watch most of it. Um, I watched the entire 3-point contest and most of the actual All Star game. Um, the All Star game was great. It was fantastic. It really was. Like the last game wasn't as good as the first three, but it was still pretty good. But those first three are all all end on game winners. It was really exciting basketball to watch. Kawhi Leonard goes off for 31
Yeah,
points,
yeah,
in game three to just will the old guys over to the final game. That was just insane, absolutely insane to watch. It was like 2019 Kawhi. I mean, he really turned back the clock there. It was something. It was really something to watch. Um, then Anthony Edwards obviously playing really well. Game two, he ends it with a great shot to go up one. He pulled up for the three, going for the win instead of going for the easy layup, and it paid off.
Yeah,
Anthony Edwards also in the last game goes off for more points, and he ends up winning the All Star MVP, deservedly so. He's really starting to cement himself as it's him or Wemby as the face of the league, because Adam Silver is not going to let Shea or Jokic be that. They're
yeah,
too quiet. It's going to have to be Wemby or Ant, and it's looking like Ant might take that leap. He's really becoming the one of the more popular guys in the league, and this All Star game really helped him with that. I enjoyed the format, but I also would agree that the All Star game was probably the best part of or the 3-point contest was probably the best part of All Star Weekend, just because it was really competitive. Um, Con Knipple, he shot really well in that first round, and then eh, in the
yeah.
in the in the final, it was all right. What I was really impressed by was Devin Booker. Round one going off for 30, and then round two starting slow, and then really picking it up and almost beating that. He was down 2 points, or he was down 1 point, I think, with three money balls to go and plenty of time to shoot them, and he misses all three of
Yeah,
his last shots.
yeah,
And if he had made any of them, he would have won.
yeah.
That's rough. Um, so it was really exciting that it came down to the last second like that. I find it really interesting how um, the league let Damian Lillard participate in the 3-point contest, even though he hadn't played all season. Like, typically, you have to have some sort of like statistical reason why you're in that contest. Like, you have to be,
Was he
high volume
was he the
shooting
defending
38 plus
champion of
percent.
that? Did he win it
He
last
is.
year?
That's the
Is
thing.
that why they?
Yeah,
If that's the reason
he's
why they
won
put
three of
him
the
in
last
there,
four.
that's what I'm saying. If that's the reason they put him in there, you have to put. If he's able to go, he's able to go and do that. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a
No, and
problem with
that's
that.
that's fair, but it is interesting that they let him do that. Not that I disagree with it. I just find it interesting that they allowed that to happen, because they don't let guys, go 50% in the All Star game if they have an injury designation.
But I think
Um,
him being the reigning champion played a big part in that. I don't if he wasn't if he
oh,
didn't win it
for
last year, I
sure.
don't know if they would have been like, yeah, go ahead. They might have still let him. I don't know.
Well,
If
apparently he called and said he wanted to do it.
yeah,
So, I
I
mean,
mean,
I don't
yeah,
think there are necessarily any rules
yeah,
against it. I guess it's kind of up to Adam Silver. Um,
yeah.
Also,
I don't think I would have
God
said
bless
no
Adam
though.
Silver for
Yeah,
picking
yeah.
Kawhi Leonard.
I wouldn't have said. I would have
No,
let him.
I think you gotta let him shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and it paid off. He wins it, in thrilling fashion, and he'll be back to do it again next year. And Steph says he's gonna do it again next year. I mean, but I guess what we can focus on now is the worst part, which you and I agree was probably the dunk contest. Um,
I mean, Jesus Christ,
I mean, again, it's just
it's
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
It's just
Yeah,
embarrassing.
like, get it out of here.
It's
New,
bad. I mean,
new,
you didn't even have
new
one
contest.
guy.
Get the dunk contest out.
You had Jackson Hayes as like the one name people technically knew in that dunk contest as like a household name. Like, I'm sorry, like
And he
that.
did the worst.
And he did horrible. And Dwight Howard's on meth over here giving him a fucking 47 for that shit is fucking wild. And he knew he made a mistake too. I'm glad they checked his ass on that. I'm glad they checked his ass on and went to go say what the hell was that crap. He knew he made a mistake when he did that shit. Looking like an absolute
Ridiculous.
buffoon. And I mean, like, to me, I thought Carter Bryant had the best dunk of the night. And it was just that awesome
Oh
windmill
yeah,
where he just abuses the rim, Vince Carter esque. And I was just like, I need more of that. Just absolutely just look like you're absolutely destroying that shit. Because I didn't get enough of that.
yeah.
And
I'm tired of the roll-ins. I'm tired of the barely getting it in there. I want you to fucking
yeah,
ram that shit
obliterate
into the
that
rim.
shit. Just obliterate it. And he gave that energy, and he's got the hops to do that. And that was the most exciting dunk for me. Um, I just, again, I think that they've got to do something to try to get better people to do this. And I don't think you can use the excuse of, well, we've seen most dunks before. The answer to that is it's completely false, because now you have professional dunkers that literally make up dunks every day, that are posting on social media every day, something that they have whole entire compilations called dunks that haven't been in the All-Star weekend yet, and they do them. And then sometimes, like in the Aaron Gordon Levine one, he uses a couple that were in some of those compilations. But you wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that, because we're not watching professional dunkers. We don't care about them. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't.
I don't care about them. I want to watch.
Yeah.
I want to watch Anthony Edwards in the dunk contest.
If you can take your dunk and make somebody I actually know do it, then like I'm gonna remember them doing it more than I'd ever remember you doing it, no matter how good you are. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Give them $1 million. I still think that the best format, in my opinion, would be take one NFL guy, one Major League Baseball guy, one guy from the NHL, and find the best NBA, representation of dunking, and have them all duke it out like they did in 1980 something with Barry Bonds and Barry Sanders and Ken Griffey Jr. Or no, not Ken Griffey, just Ken Griffey, Chris Carter, the wide receiver, Chris Carter, out there jamming it, along with, NBA guys like Mike Conley, out there. Just I think that needs to be done, because there's just not enough NBA guys that want to do it. And if you can offer them money, like I'm sure they would, but I don't know if some of the bigger name guys would really care about $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You think LeBron cares about $1 million? You think Shea cares about $1 million?
LeBron would go out there and at least do a $1 million.
Yeah.
For $1 million. Come on.
And the thing is me and you both know, if LeBron had ever done one, that he would have easily won it. Like there's no doubt in my mind that he could have multiple. Like just because the sheer power. He was supposed to do
the 2010 one.
Oh, he was.
Could you imagine LeBron? Yeah, he was supposed to. He committed to it and then backed out.
Oh,
but he was going to do the 2010 dunk contest, and it was going to be him and Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, I probably would come. I actually might come.
Yeah, like it was going to be a legit, dunk contest, and he backed out of it. But like LeBron in 2010 against Vince Carter, I'm still taking LeBron.
Yeah, 100%. Especially then.
2010 LeBron. How old is he? He's like 24.
Yeah, I was like, wasn't that like his fifth year in the league or something? Like, yeah. That was a very dominant, like high riser LeBron. You could have even probably brought Derrick Rose in that conversation then, or he'd blown his shit out yet. Had he blown his shit out by then? I don't think he had yet.
No, not yet.
So, I mean, you could have had that. I mean, woof. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's just so much potential to do it. And then some people are like, well, then put some of these professional dunkers in there. No, fuck them. I don't care about them. I don't care about no G League dude. Like, I don't want that. I want either give me professional athletes from other sports that can yam it. I mean, fuck it. Even get some musical artists that can yam it and have them out there. I mean, there's things you can do that aren't considered orthodox, that you could trot out there that would be more entertaining than whatever the fuck we just witnessed. I mean, there was nothing exciting. I don't remember any other dunk other than Carter Bryant's dunk. And that wasn't even like super technical. It was just absolutely beautiful to watch somebody pound that shit. And it was just like, that's what I want. Because they're trying to do so much in the air, they never have any force behind the ball when they get it up there. It's like, you're not jumping off a trampoline, man. You're jumping off a hardwood, dog. You don't have enough time to do all this stuff in the air unless you literally are him. And I promise you, none of those guys are him. Carter Bryant maybe could have done some of the Aaron Gordon dunks. I'm not going to lie. He has the kind of spring in his step where I could have seen him doing.
He has those hops, yeah.
Yeah, like, so I think he could have done some of those. I still think you could bring out a car again. Blake Griffin's pussy ass when he jumped over the hood. Jump over the actual car. You know what I'm saying? Like, we forget that was all that fanfare just to jump over the fucking hood. Like, we forget about that. Like, he just jumped over the hood. We've seen brothers jump over the whole entire vehicle. He didn't even do that. He probably could have. I feel like he could have. But I guess he was afraid he's going to bang his knee on the roof of that Kia. I mean, it's just like, if you don't have it, you don't have it. Someone's got it, though. Someone's got that, and it's cake for them. Get that person out there. I mean, and we also kind of forget, Zach, that most of these big names that we accolade as huge dunk contest winners and stars we wish were back do it within the first 3 years of their career before most of them are even household names. I mean, Paul George did it in 2012 when he was averaging 9 points a game for the Pacers. No one remembers that. I mean,
Giannis did it in 2015.
yeah, no one remembers that. I mean,
Yeah.
and you know, when you talk about Michael Jordan, he did his last one in 1988, never did one again. After he was him, he never did one when he was him. He only did it when he was up and coming and not even winning playoff series against the Pistons. That's when he was winning those things. So I think we kind of lean on, you know, like Vince Carter was his second year in the league out of North Carolina. No one knew who he was. I mean, like he wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? After that, he became him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a developing young buck kind of. I felt like fraternity hazing thing where it's like, oh, let the young guys do it because you know we're too old for that now. And then once LeBron didn't do it within his first, you know, like you said, 5 seasons, it was like, oh, I don't have to do this, and no one expects me to do this anymore. If I'm a really good player, I'm not gonna do it either because I'm not gonna get hurt like that dude almost got hurt cracking his skull open on the hardwood. Who even was that? Like Jace Richardson.
Jace Richardson.
I mean, which again, I had high hopes for him because you know Daddy was him. But again, when his dad was doing it, he was like 3 years into the league. Like it wasn't like anybody thought Jason Richardson was going to ever help Baron Davis lead them over the number 1 seed Dallas Mavericks at the time. No one. That wasn't him. You know, that was Jason Richardson. You know, fresh out of college. I mean, it was. I think we kind of bash on it a little bit too much because, you know, but at the same time, you could look at who we could have had that has come into the league in the last like Cooper Flagg should be doing it. You know, you bring up people like that should be doing it based on those factors. It's like, oh, then we should have seen Wemby in it. Can you imagine Wemby and a dunk? Wemby could do some crazy shit. More athletic than JaVale McGee's ass.
Too tall.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. If you're too tall, it doesn't look impressive either. If you're too tall, it doesn't look like you're getting that much air. You know, like because you look at that Aaron Gordon, Levine, you know, contest, and Levine did, you know, the dunking on the 2 goals with the wingspan and stuff. Like no, it didn't look as impressive as it would have if you're 6'2", you know.
We should have known it was never going to get better than that when we were watching it.
You never. I mean, and the thing is even then, like Aaron Gordon was not a great player. I mean, Levine was not averaging 20 a game. Like these were again
they were
guys.
Nowhere what they were now.
I didn't know who they were. I liked Aaron Gordon because
they were known as the Dunkers.
Yeah, he was just a jammer. Like I was like, oh, the dude's a high flyer.
There was a time when Aaron Gordon was on the Magic, kids.
Yeah, and that was you know baby Aaron, and he was, you know, he could
fine.
Jump out of the gym.
He was just fine.
Freak athlete, yeah, freak athlete. He was fine.
Yeah, but in the game, in the game, he was just fine.
Yeah, he couldn't shoot the ball like he can now, but you know,
now I think he's a borderline all-star.
Yeah,
but back then,
no, yeah, that was his only
role player.
That was his only end was my boy's got hops. And he put on a show, and I think that's, you know, again, you look at the players that we should be seeing out there, we don't see them. I mean, didn't Stephon Castle do it last year? I mean, props to him for doing it last year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it didn't go well for him, but I mean, like, I give him props for doing it because, I mean, it still lends the idea that it's the young guys doing it and not any of these established players. The fact that we bring up these established players that have done it, most of them that have done it when they're established never make it out of the first 2 rounds. I mean, that's just the fact. And so I think that, you know, when we talk about what we can do to make this better and we bring up old ones, we tend to forget that a lot of the players that we herald as these really great dunkers, and why don't we see guys like this anymore? Well, they weren't like that at the time anyways. We wouldn't have said that. I don't know. Would we have bashed on Vince Carter's slam dunk contest? I don't think so. We have bashed on even the Nate Robinson, Dwight Howard duels. Those were amazing. Just because it was little man versus big man. I mean, those things were nuts. I mean, I think, I mean, you think about those, and it's like those had kind of that it factor where it's like, I have to sit down and watch this. The reason I sat down to watch it this year was I wanted to see how fucking bad it was. And boy, was it bad.
Yeah, that's really.
I mean, it was like, let's watch this terrain wreck.
How bad it
Yeah,
is.
let's watch these 2 trains collide with nothing stopping them. That was the only thing I could think of the whole entire time. And when Jackson Hayes took off from like 4 feet after the free throw line and jammed that shit, I was like, nah, dog, this ain't it. I was like, this ain't it. I was like, no. I was like, what the hell was that? Like, what are we doing? And I think another thing is we have to make sure these players know the rules too, because you had uh you had Carter Bryant trying to do that crazy shit at the end and he couldn't get it and had to just yam in some nonchalant, dick limping dunk. But the way the rules are set up, even when the time is out, you still have an untimed attempt. Now, granted, he probably felt like another attempt was not going to prevent him from not making the dunk again. But it's like you could have at least tried the dunk that we didn't see instead of doing another dunk that like doesn't impress anybody just to get on the board. I would have probably admired it a little bit more. Still would have been like it sucks because he didn't make it, and this thing whole as a whole sucks. But the guy that won it, what was his name? Sheldon Johnson.
Well, who knows?
Something like that. I wanted to say Keldon, but I know that's not right.
I think
Sheldon
it is
Johnson. I
Keldon.
think. I mean, it's just I don't
Pretty
remember
sure it is
one.
Keldon.
I don't remember what dunk he did. I can't even remember one. I can't remember. The only one I remember is the one that got me hard. That was it. It was in the second round. Wasn't even like
Kashad Johnson.
Yeah, Kashad Johnson. Yeah, I knew it was close to Keldon. I got the K right. I mean, and bless his heart, he could be a really good player in 5 years, and we could be like really cool that he, won the slam dunk contest, even though it sucked. But I don't see any of the players in the last 4 or 5 All-Star dunk contests putting up big numbers and being him now. Stephon Castle's the closest one. He didn't even get out of the second round. Matt McClung won that one too. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been Matt McClung or nobody. Like, that's who it's been. And it's like, I don't hate Matt McClung because I'm a fan of exciting whites. We love the whites in here. We love them. But at some point, you got to be like, he's played 127 G League games and been in, like, what, 2 NBA games in his career? Like, he's just the dunking kid, man. Like, he's from Texas Tech. Like, he wasn't even that good when he was there, to be honest. He was okay. I mean, it was I've never liked that format of bringing these guys that don't play any minutes and trying to make them something. It's like, it's cool to see a little white kid jam that shit, but it's like the same energy as bringing one of these professional dunkers in and having them win. And it's like, yeah, of course they're going to win. All they do is dunk. They can't shoot worth shit. They're not in the league. Yeah. They can't defend. All they can do is hop without even dribbling. Like, I can't even dribble. Like, half these guys just carry the ball and jump. Like, it's hard to look at that and go, that deserves to be on a pedestal above somebody that plays in the league, even if it is some scrub. If it's somebody that sits the bench but actually plays in games, like, I would much rather have that than another Matt McClung or a professional dunker in this. And I do think bringing back a variety of other professional sports figures in and having them jam it, because they can. Like, Myles Garrett can jam it. Like, some of these wide receivers can jam that shit. I mean, can you imagine if Megatron went and did the dunk contest? He would have fucking killed. I mean, it would have been absolutely beautiful. I would have loved to see it. Oh, Mike Vick could probably rock the rim. My man, he had a 45-inch vert. Like, he did. I mean, there's so many athletes out there that can do it. I wouldn't even mind bringing up like an Olympian or something. Like, I mean, if you have somebody that does like the high jump or some shit, bring them. I mean, fuck it. I mean, it would just be cool to watch. Like, and then you would have everybody dogging on the NBA guy when he doesn't win it, because it'd be like, ha, 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 you loser, you lost to a baseball player. I mean, it's just, I think it would be a lot more fun to watch. And when I go back and I watch that one with all those guys I mentioned in it, it's just interesting to see that, like, Barry Bonds could yam that shit and he used to not be some thick steroid abuser. Like, my man used to be string bean casserole jamming that shit. I mean, it was just interesting. It was just, I mean, seeing Chris Carter, who I never even knew could dunk a basketball. I mean, I figured he probably could, but I mean, like, in that setting, I mean, that's just crazy to me. Like, why did we ever go away from that? I mean, I guess it was because people were like, oh, it's not very pure when it comes to, and it was in the 80s. So it was like, they were more, the NBA wasn't as popular back then anyways. It was one of those things where it's like, this will bring in eyeballs because the league needed them at the time. Now it's one of the most popular sports on the planet, and we've got some of the worst guys out there fucking doing this shit. It's just so dumb.
Yeah.
So All-Star
Fuck the
Weekend,
All-Star game.
grade overall. All-Star Weekend grade overall. I'm giving this one a C plus.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. C plus. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like you said, I liked the World versus the USA format. I think Wimby bringing that we're gonna try energy and actually caring that his team was losing. I think that's what fired up Anthony Edwards. He admitted that's what fired him up, and I think if they keep that energy going on, I think this format is something I can get behind on a yearly basis for sure. Especially if Jokic and Doncic are healthy, because I want to just again reiterate how much they do not give a shit. I think they legitimately would have more fun sabotaging the fact that Wimby cares than actually winning the game because they're so immature. These motherfuckers, they get around each other. Have you seen how they act around each other? It's like two fifth graders. They're slapping each other. They're pushing each other. It's like two brothers
Hey,
that are
hold
reuniting.
on. There are two white. They're the two best white guys in the league.
Yeah.
Come on.
But I'm saying like it doesn't. But what does that have to do with anything?
Can't rag on them too much.
No, yeah. I mean, well, Adam Silver's not making them the face of the league. Why do I care? I mean,
Sure.
I mean, they don't care. The NBA don't care that much. Uh, but I just think I think they would find it so much funnier to like purposely turn the ball over or just start chucking up crazy shots to piss Wimby off because Wimby's trying to reignite the interest. And I think that those guys are like, we're just here to like not play ball and just hang out. I mean, in this year at least they had the excuse of, oh, my knee, or like, coach, my hamstrings. They played their 5 minutes and didn't do anything like they always don't do. Sat the whole entire time, and a lot of people will chalk that up to why the world didn't win any games. But my USA ass won't let them won't let them use that excuse. No excuse from me. You just got Americaned. but but yeah, I liked it. 3-point contest, electric. Those carry, but I think because the dunk contest was, to me, a D minus F. I mean, it was a D minus F. It brings down that overall grade to C plus. That's my justification.
Yeah. And you know what? I think I would give a C plus to the Thunder right now.
Yeah, tell us more.
That's how I'm feeling lately. So I mean, everybody knows Thunder, defending champions, start the season 24-1. Everybody's happy. Since the 24-1, we've done 18-13. Um, I mean, we're playing
Yeah,
mid. Up on the Nets right now, 17 points, 50-33. Defense playing amazing. Obviously, J Dub's out, Shea's out. A lot of people are out. SGA has been out with abdominal pain, and will be reevaluated. He was out for a couple of games before the All Star game. I think 5 or 6 games before the All Star game. Didn't play the All Star game, and now is being reevaluated in a week to see where he's at then. He can only miss 11 more games before he comes ineligible for the MVP award. So I think he'll probably want to win another MVP. So I
they
think he'll
said
come
he
back for
should
that.
sit out what 5 more games at the max.
Yeah, something like that. And yeah, I mean, J Dub has been, kind of in and out with that wrist,
So
but he has something going on. I don't really know what it is actually. Um,
not the hammy still.
and it might be the hammy, but I mean, they they've held it together. You know, we're now at 42-14 on the season. We had 14 losses the entirety of last season, finished 68-14. So if we can go on a little 26-game win streak right here, we can match our record from last season. Looks like we are going to win this game against the Nets, or at least that's what it's looking like right now.
Yeah.
So that'll be a nice little boost there. But
Who
currently, the Pistons actually have the best record in the entire league. Um, Cade Cunningham, your boy at Oklahoma State, really looking like an MVP candidate.
I was gonna say, if Shea were to be ineligible, he'd be the guy, right?
Maybe Jokic, still Jokic.
Is he still eligible? I thought. Oh,
He is.
who's
He can.
not? Who
He.
was not anymore? That they were trying to say.
Nobody that's really running in the running for it.
There's somebody.
Jokic
There's
can
somebody.
only miss like one more game.
Yeah, I was like, he's not gonna be eligible by the end of the year. You know they're gonna sit his ass. He's not.
Maybe.
I mean, I'll be surprised if he makes it without sitting one more game. I don't think he cares enough. Trying to think who it was that people were talking about against Shea early on in the season that's now ineligible. Like maybe I thought it was Jokic because he's only got one left, and I was just like, there's no way he's not going to sit out one more game. Like, so just chalk it up to him not being eligible. But if Jokic misses one more game, which I think will probably happen, it would be probably Cade, right? If SJ were to miss enough as well. If it wasn't Jokic or Shea, it would be
that seems
him,
to
right?
be the case right now. It's Cade or Jaylen Brown. That's where the
Jaylen
is on third
I forget
place right
about
now.
Boston because they're supposed to suck without Jason Tatum. They just don't.
Yeah, they're just like pretty much doing the same as they did last season.
Yeah, I mean I think everyone was like, oh, the East is not going to be very competitive because no Celtics, no Pacers, and obviously the Pacers have been very non-competitive. But the Boston Celtics just continue to be above average and just, playing almost like they haven't missed a step. I still don't think they're good enough to get to the finals or anything, but I mean, like, they could get to the Eastern Conference Finals and it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. But I didn't see that in my crystal ball. I definitely saw that it was the Pistons' year to lose it, or the Knicks' years. I thought it was going to be Knicks Pistons Eastern Conference Finals after all the injury stuff balances out. I thought that was what we were going to get. And that could still very be the case, but I didn't think Boston was going to even be a player in this, and obviously I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're in the finals at all.
I would like it if it's us. I would like that matchup. I like us in that matchup.
I like us in every matchup.
I mean, I do too, but I mean, the scariest team that I can think of that would give us problems is probably the Pistons. Well, I'm saying on the East, not in the West. I know in the West who it is.
Well, that's the thing. We're not going to have any problems with the East.
Yeah, well.
The Western Conference.
But that's what I thought last year when we played the fucking Pacers. I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking cake.
That was devil magic.
It was. You're right, it was. And they paid the price for that. They paid a price.
Now they're 15 and 42.
See what happens when you start messing with Ouija boards and start doing some wild shit. You might get what you want for a little bit, but it ain't going to last forever, all right? Your eyes roll back of the head, Siakam fucking keep sucking while I'm nutting face. But yeah, no, that's iconic for sure. And my tweet that went viral that wasn't supposed to. But yeah, no, I thought that last year, so I'm not counting my chickens for the hatch this time. But you're right, the West is going to be a gauntlet, and I'm not know if I'm emotionally ready for the damage that could happen to me. This playoff season, I just don't know a lot of teams that scare me enough to beat us 4 times, though. Other than, like you said, Denver's obviously got the makeup to do it. But I don't think San Antonio has the ability to get far enough to meet us if the standings stay the same. I think someone else would get them.
They wouldn't get us in a playoff series.
No, I don't think they would either.
Different.
It is just different. And if they're letting us play physical defense now, just wait till the playoffs. We will be literally hitting people. It'll be like a fucking rugby match out there. If you
hate Lou Dort now.
Yeah. If you hate Lou Dort now, just wait until he's tackling your favorite player to the ground like he did John Morant last year.
Whoa. Hey, you want to win a championship? Learn to play football. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's where champions are made on the turf, baby, before they're made on the hardwood. But yeah, that's. I mean, hey, good Thunder update there. Update for the score one time for us. What we got?
It's 57-38, 57-40 now. OKC up 9-26 left in the third quarter. Just been an overall Thunder. Everyone eating.
A thunderstorm brewing. Where they're at. Okay. I guess that means it's time to move on to one of my favorite segments. And I know it's yours also. It's the Sportsbook, baby. Sport me. It's Sportsbook time. Crank up the music, Al. We're ready to crank this thing all the way to the nines because it was Super Bowl Sportsbook, which is again one of my more better Sportsbook days of the year. Crank the music. Crank that bitch. We're cranking. And if we go to our slip from Super Bowl weekend, Zach, we'll start with you. Purple Gatorade. It was yellow, baby. We got cooked on that one. Jersey number of first touchdown scorer over 10.5. Ding ding. Got that one. It was money in the
AJ
bag.
Barner.
Yeah, AJ Barner, baby, the tight end from the University of Oregon with the touchdown.
Should have bet over 80.
Yeah, where was that line, DraftKings? Under 2.5 as the total number of players to have a pass attempt. You ding 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 got that one right as well. The Cooper Cup, you did not buy into the social media hype of him throwing a football during practice. The yes for the doink. No doink. This year, no doink. And then heads. We both were correct with heads on the opening coin toss. F, tails never fails. It bones me every time, so always pick heads in the big game. And we got that one right, so 3-2 on the game for Mr. Zach Huffman. Me on the other side, I had heads, ding ding ding, winner, blue as the Gatorade color, bam. Over on the jersey number,
Yellow.
ding ding, over on the pass attempts of more players, bam. And yes on the doink as well, bam. 2-3 for me. Tough showing. Didn't win the $304,000 if they were even able to parlay. You were not able to parlay any of these picks. You had to place them all as single bets, but we like to do the math anyway, so I did the math, and we do not hit the parlay math for this one. But overall, a really good season in football for the sportsbook, vibes-wise. Results, they vary, but I hit one this year. Zach and I both hit one.
Adjust your expectations.
Yeah, adjust your expectations accordingly. We're bold and we are unafraid because we're not playing with our real money. So we're
bad at this.
Yeah, we're bad on purpose though because we know we have nothing to lose. We actually did research into these. We might actually be good, but it's all about having a good time here. Not about having a long time, but having a good time. And so how do you want to handle this going forward? Do we want to continue with other sporting events because we don't really have any that take place on like a weekly basis? We just kind of have nightly basis kind of stuff going on now. What are you thinking as far as the future of the sports book now that football is in the off season?
Well, I'm thinking, why don't we just bet on some Thunder games?
All right, you're just thinking we just go fully in on
whatever the next Thunder game is. We just
so
that, and we just make a pick or two on them.
Okay.
We can look at some games coming up. Let's see. We got spreads for these. I don't know if you can get odds.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's the thing is I don't know about odds for like days in advance for NBA stuff. I feel like it's always day of, unless you want to do like
it might be
futures, like which is like into the season stuff. So I'm trying to think. I mean, what is there? I mean. There any you can't bet hockey. I mean, hockey's just degenerate. I don't know. I mean, the over under 6.5 goals. The fuck. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. So we'll let y'all know what we decide to do. But no new picks for the sportsbook today, as we have concluded NFL and college football. Which leads us into final thoughts. Zach, you had some social media stuff to catch us up on. Go ahead and give us.
Get off my Dickerson. Kevin Durant caught in the act of having another burner account. This is nothing new.
No,
this is nothing new. We all know it. Everybody knows the burner accounts that Katie has had. Katie knows that we know. We know that Katie knows that we know. It's a whole thing. But this one was a little bit bad. This is the kind of thing that you can't recover from in the locker room. He was calling teammates slurs.
He was.
He he obviously hates playing with Alperen Sengun.
Yeah.
Um, he does not enjoy being on the Rockets, it seems.
Yeah, oof.
Um, looks like he misses James Harden.
Oh.
Doesn't view Kyrie Irving as a competitor. Hates Steph Curry. Hates Draymond Green. Hates the entire Warriors. Hates Steve Kerr in particular. Um, and respects Russell Westbrook, the triple double cocaine bear, as he referred
Yeah,
to him.
cocaine bear is wild.
Um, Not to mention, on his main account, Kevin Durant is DMing random people, asking them why they listen to Kendrick and instead of Drake during the height of that, you know, hip hop beef that was going on. Why is Kevin Durant using his official account to message people who are not responding to him?
Yeah,
That's the sad part. Is like
they
he's
probably
just
think they're getting
sending
scammed.
message
They
after
probably think they're
message.
getting
No,
scammed.
like they know it's him, and like he even tweeted it out. He was like, "I didn't want to release this, but with all the stuff going on, I feel like it's relevant." And like it was just Kevin Durant just harassing him, just message after message, just being like, "Why aren't you responding to me? Why, why do you hate Drake so much?" Just like this is a grown man. Like, bro, you're like 38 years old.
Yeah. Facts.
Like you need a family. Like
Yeah, yeah,
get
yeah.
a family, man. That's what Kevin Durant needs. He needs a family because he has obviously is just like
Well, then he can work at any
too
of the
caught up.
employers I've had over the last 10 years because they all swore they were a family. Now look how that turned out.
No, but I mean this guy, he just cares about the most random stuff. He is just not.
Is this what
He's immature.
being
He acts
single
like
with
a
this much money
21
will
year
do
old
to
man.
you?
He acts like a 21-year-old bachelor. That's what he reminds me of. He's petty online for no reason. People will compliment him on Twitter and he'll respond with hate. Like it's absolutely insane. They'll be like, Kevin Durant, wow, what an amazing jump shooter, and he'll respond like, get off my dick. Like
Yeah, yeah, what he,
what are you doing, man? Like why you could just say nothing.
yeah, you could just say nothing exactly. But he's even
Like
openly admitted, what's
he
the fun
takes the
in that? Yeah,
time.
what's the fun in that?
Yeah, and it's like, dude, what you need a family. Like you should go spend your time at your lake house with your wife and kids. Oops, you don't have any because you're an antisocial weirdo.
Someone's got to be.
Like
It's just weird
he's
that
a
it's one of the best
weirdo.
players in the league, though. That's what's weird about it.
That's the thing. It's weirdo behavior.
It is
It is
weirdo.
it's incel
It
behavior.
is. It is.
Like, and it's like, dude, you're
He
Kevin
probably
Durant.
loves Sneeko. You think he's a big Sneeko guy? I bet he's a big Sneeko guy.
Right,
Aiden
he
Ross
goes. He's
fan.
been on those streams. I don't know about all that. I mean, he loves Drake, and I know Drake's in with all of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He's just corny. He's a weirdo. Like he tries to give off this like nonchalant persona that he doesn't give a fuck about what anyone thinks of him, but he's
Yeah, but
constantly
yeah.
on Twitter
Yeah.
like arguing with people about what they think of him. He's
Yeah.
obviously obsessed with his legacy because he won't
Yes.
stop talking about it on Twitter. Like dude,
I mean, at this
grow
point,
up. Like this is year 18 for you, man. Like come
yeah, it's
on.
not year two. I mean, at
Yeah.
this point, is this affecting your thoughts on the Thunder retiring his jersey?
I don't know. Like he should get his
I
jersey retired. Like
just want
that's
to
the
know
thing.
how
Like
deep this
it
goes.
has nothing to do
I
with
want to know how
basketball,
deep this affects his legacy, though.
And
Does it
like I
affect his,
wouldn't
how does this affect his
it does
legacy, though,
affect his
Zach?
legacy. But I don't know. For other people it might, but for me, I'm never gonna judge a guy
From
except
off,
for Karl
from.
Malone. Like I'm never gonna judge a guy for things they do off the court. I will the only tax I give guys is the pedophile tax, and that's what Karl Malone has.
Yeah.
I might start hitting them with the IDF tax, so that might knock Steph
Ooh.
and Katie down.
Hey,
I don't know.
have Denny Avija
Um,
over here. Demi Avita.
well, he's I don't rank him at all because he was an IDF soldier. I fucking hate that guy. Um,
Yeah, I said if I was ever playing against that man, I am getting fined. I'm drawing a I've drawn a
Yeah,
double
I'm
tech
hitting him. Like,
immediately. Like, I mean, fuck you.
it is statistically likely the dude has shot a child.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
You know, like I don't. The fact that they highlighted him so much at the All-Star
Oh,
game, one
yeah,
proves where the
proves.
money's at,
Yeah, yeah,
and
we know. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say this is my imitation of that Kanye thing. I'm not gonna say the religion of the NBA commissioner.
But
He's a Jewish commissioner.
yeah, so with the last name Silver, it's kind of on the nose a little bit. Also on the nose a little bit.
Just look at him.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Just look at the guy.
And it's like it's one of those things where it's like, stereotypes aren't always right, but sometimes they're almost too right. And the only thing we're missing here is some hair, baby. And
like, listen, we all know Adam Silver's a Zionist.
Oh, dude, you
But
can't
it's
look
like, why
that.
are they shoving it in our face? They're like, LeBron, what do you think about Israel?
Yeah,
What the fuck? Who gives a shit?
I love you, Spike Lee. That's all I can say is I love you, Spike Lee.
Yeah,
I might actually watch one of your movies now.
Shout out Spike Lee.
Shout out Spike Lee for wearing pro-Palestinian gear in front of Denny's face and being unapologetic about it. Real kings.
Yeah, and Wemby's huge, like,
oh yeah,
free Palestine guy.
Oh yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he avoided him in the locker room.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were like, he's shooting by himself right now. No one's grabbing his rebound and giving him the ball. Go get it yourself. You're good. Go get it yourself.
But yeah, back to KD.
Yeah.
KD just he's a fucking weirdo, man.
Yeah,
It's
he is.
corny. It's like the kind of behavior that like you just don't want to be around.
Oh.
Like, I don't understand what he's doing because he tries to play it off as so nonchalant.
Yeah,
It's
but
like, brother,
and then he's
your
on his
peers
phone the
hate
whole
you.
entire All-Star
Well,
weekend
it's
too.
like,
Was
no,
hilarious.
your peers hate you.
They hate
Like,
you.
grown adults hate
Yeah,
you. The
grown
only
men don't
people
fuck
who
with
think
you.
you're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only people who think you're cool are teenagers and those stupid streamer dudes
And
who are
they're
also
and
teenagers.
here's the thing, they're all
And then guys who
white, too.
like
They're
teenagers
all white
like Drake.
teenagers. They're all white teenagers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's just weird. He thinks being a dick and acting like he's some sort of god is cool. It's like, no, like, I mean, you cannot care about what people say about you, but people fucking hate you, and you need to stop acting like
Yeah,
like you are someone who we want to listen to.
He's the NBA's own Reddit mod. He's the NBA's only Reddit mod they've got. Leave him alone. He's got an important job to
And
do.
it's like, he's like, I don't care what anybody says about me, but then he's always regulating what people say about him. Like, dude.
Yeah,
I can't stand the guy. I mean, there are other reasons I can't stand him, but
right now that's the top of the list.
like, listen, I get it. Like, you see the Thunder stuff back here.
Yeah.
He couldn't do this.
He couldn't.
But my big thing is, it has nothing to do with him leaving the Thunder. Like, he's just a weirdo.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm over the Thunder stuff. Like, I'm completely over it. It was 10 years ago. Like, actually, if you want to feel old for a second, it was actually 10 years ago. And like, I'm over it. We have a championship. Fuck it.
Yeah,
he's just a weirdo, and I wouldn't like him even if he was never on the Thunder to begin with.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. That's accurate. Well,
we got a little bit of a brawl here in the Thunder.
Oh baby, who's getting suspended?
Well, Caruso.
Oh no! Caruso. Not Caruso. I need him.
Coaches were on the floor.
Oh baby!
All coaching staffs were on the floor. They had to separate.
Getting feisty because they're getting blown out.
Yeah, they're gonna review. They're reviewing it right now to see who's getting
cooked, getting ejected. Oh god. Well, speaking of people that I can't stand right now, we'll move into our final thought of podcast. Look, by the time this comes out, we'll have been 48 hours past this moment happening. So we'll just reiterate that we don't know what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. I expect nothing as far as an apology or any statement being released. I expect none. But Wednesday, February 18th, via Twitter/X, probably, and I think you'll agree with this, probably the most popular and biggest specific college football only podcaster Josh Pate, because there's a lot of sports podcasts, but he doesn't even venture into other sports. So he is specifically
He doesn't even talk NFL.
doesn't talk anything other than college football. So he's kind of in his own world. But Josh Pate on Wednesday announced that he would be hosting the President of the United States as his guest for his show that will be released on
pedophile
Sunday.
in chief.
Yes, the pedophile in chief, and at least accused pedophile in chief. But we
No, we're not even gonna say alleged. We're not gonna say accused. We know he's touching kids.
Yeah,
it's
we know it's happened. But and here's the thing: is you have a lot of people coming to Josh Pate's defense because they're under the impression that if the president were to ask either of us if we would allow him on our podcast, which again, we are now bigwig. We got 100 subs. We're bigwig now. If he were to
wouldn't let him in my house.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I would even let him talk to me through the telephone. I think I might catch something. But the problem is that's not a good enough reason to just say yes, right?
And it'd be different if the Epstein stuff wasn't going on, right? Like if he was just a normal Republican idiot.
Yes.
If he was just a normal Republican president, just being an idiot, doing stupid shit.
Exactly.
Even if he was like, launching a war in the Middle East like Bush did, like he's currently doing now.
Yes.
But like even if he was just doing that, it'd be like, yeah, okay, he's the president, sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
it's gonna interview him.
Yes. But here's
it's just not that right now because it's the whole he's touching kids thing.
Yeah, and the thing is even if you're so deluded that you think that he is completely innocent and did nothing, like Trump is like I was just friends with him, I promise. He stole my women masseuses and then he left. I kicked him out, never talked to him again, which again is a lie. But let's say he was telling the truth magically, right? He is at the very minimum protecting other pedophiles from going to prison. Like at the very minimum, he is obstructing justice being done to his peers, and that makes him just as bad and just as culpable. Yeah, we know it's because he's guilty. Like we know, like there's no way
they got the blackmail.
This is not the activities of an innocent man, and you don't have your attorney general, who's also your former personal lawyer, by the way, which makes a lot of sense when you look back on it, go out there and say at first, the files are on my desk. Then the files don't exist. Then you have Kash Patel's bulging eyeball ass go on Joe Rogan and go, I haven't seen anything. I don't know of any wrongdoing here. There's nothing to even investigate. Which again is
there are no files.
Like, yeah, and then now, after releasing over 3 million files, over 3 million over the course of 2 weeks, if not longer than that, over the course of a month probably. You're now saying we've released all of them, which again we know is less than 5% of the actual files. It is less than 5% of the actual files. You have pictures, you have videos, you have emails, and even the stuff that is redacted that we, the public, have access to. That the government has now removed 638 of those files that we got to see just a few days ago. And thank goodness there are some guys out there that are doing the Lord's work and saving everything before this government decides to try and pull these things off of their own website. You can tell that there is enough evidence, even with the stuff that you cannot see, to at least investigate these people. There is 100% likelihood that even if 25% of the stuff we're able to see that is non-redacted, even if 25% of that stuff is true, which is, again, a lower percentage than any other, that is still enough. That is still enough. You have enough there. So for you to sit there...
If anything that they say in the files is true, literally any accusation of wrongdoing, he should have already been removed from office. But he's cooked. I mean, they got, Prince Andrew in the United Kingdom.
Now, and granted, they're saying that's not related to the files and it's related to something else. But I think they're saying it's because he lied about some financial paperwork is why they're saying they brought him in. But we know the real reason. The thing is that evidence about that came from those files, but it wasn't about the children's stuff. But it was about the giving away country secrets via email to Jeffrey Epstein. That was technically why they copped him. But we all think that it's the other reason, but they're just not wanting to say it. And we know because those pictures are horrible of him over that woman. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It's horrible. And I told Zach before we started, I said, I do not have a very squeamish stomach. I watch a lot of porno. There's not a lot of lines that I'm not willing to cross. There's a few, but I've seen some shit.
Trust me, people. He's deep.
Yeah, I've seen some shit, and to have my stomach get sick looking at an image that is not poorly redacted, but logically redacted, where the young, it is no doubt in my mind, a 7, 8, 9-year-old girl sitting on a toilet wearing a Catholic kid's getup, which I think Ghislaine probably dressed her up the way this guy wanted her to, because she was very good at that. You saw the emails about that one guy that was like, I want Snow White. I got, Alice in Wonderland last time. He was going through all the Disney characters, making these girls dress up like them and then doing stuff to them, just some sick fucking shit. So you know that she was in charge of wardrobe. So, what do you want her to wear? Guy probably wanted her in a little school outfit. She had a little pigtails up. And you can tell that this little girl is giving a grown-ass man a blowjob. Like a full-on fellatio. You can tell she's smoking dick on that toilet. And I am telling you that alone is like that's it for me. Like it got too reeled in. Like there's words on paper will not scare me ever and never make me see the seriousness of things. That's just how my brain works. But to visually see that, like even the videos of Jeffrey chasing these little black squares, that because the kids are so tiny it covers all of their body around a room like he's some sort of perverted dad chasing a child, is just sickening to me. Now, granted, we don't know about videos like that if they are kids of family that's visiting and it's not really demon stuff. But the fact that you know that he was doing demon stuff doesn't really... It throws those thoughts out my window. Like, I'm not thinking that that's Howard Lutnick's kid you're playing with. That's not Bill Gates' son you're playing with. That is somebody you're going to feed.
No, it's some random kid.
It's
some random third world kid that you're going to feed to another billionaire.
Yeah,
I think the real scary stuff comes from the trafficking.
Yes.
That they have like the network with the yearbook company.
Yeah.
And he's invested in multiple like orphanages and things like that.
A 40-year-old man starting a teen pageant doesn't raise any red flags. I mean, why would he not just run a regular one? Like, why would he not just run a regular one? Like, there's
like the Trump pageants are so obviously that connection, and it just shows how wide this really is. How vast.
And when those bad things are going on, Zach, and you decide to take the offer and say, yes, I want to sit across from you, and know that you're not going to ask any questions even remotely pertaining to that, that to me is almost criminal negligence, because it's like you're literally platforming somebody that you're not even asking tough questions to. It's and these journalists that are coming out of the woodworks and being like, well, I would go interview a cartel member, I would go interview a serial killer. Is that not the same?
Just they don't touch kids.
Not even that. It's you wouldn't go and interview these people and just talk ball. You wouldn't go to these people and just give them like, what do you think about the stock market? You would be talking to them about the crimes they did, why they did them, and how they got there. You wouldn't be interviewing them just for funsies, or I have a pen pal and, sometimes I send them butthole pictures. Like, that's not what kind of criminal interaction you're having with those guys when you're bringing them up as examples. It's like, would you sit down with Hitler? Yeah, I would sit down with Hitler, but I'm not going to sit down with Hitler and talk about baseball. I'm talking about why the hell are you doing this? And that's what these journalists are not understanding, is Josh Pate is not going to sit there across from Donald Trump and be like, did you touch those little girls? Are you going to do anything about the people that touch those little... Nothing of substance will come out of his mouth.
About Trae Young going to the Wizards?
Yeah, not even going to ask that question, because he doesn't talk basketball. He's going to ask what he thinks of the Army-Navy game and what he thinks about NIL, which I don't understand why you would ask him about money anything when he doesn't know how to fucking handle it his goddamn self. I mean, it's just baffling to me to have these people come out and be like, well, you would do it, and you just have to say yes because he's the president, and like you and people are like, well, he's not platforming Trump. Trump is platforming him because 90% of Trump's base has no idea who Josh Pate is. True, but I don't know if Trump's base is really literally watching every video he's in on these podcasts. I don't think his base ever watched the Theo Vaughn interview. I don't think his base ever watched any of those podcasts he went on before he was getting elected. I don't think they watched any of those clips, not the old ones, not the old boomers that are voting for him. So they probably won't even see this video, even if, so you can't really say he's platforming Josh, because I don't think any of these old heads are going to be like, oh yeah, that's that Pate guy interviewed. They don't give a shit who this bald fuck is. And the thing is this just, to me, like, I understand that commentators and people can have different political views, and that's fine. Like, I understand that Josh is a right-wing loony. Like, I get that. But again, he never talks about that stuff on his show, never brings it up, tweets about how he's never going to talk politics on his show, and then does something like this. You can't be a hypocrite like this, especially at a time like this, with a person that's accused of doing the things that he's accused of doing, and at the very least, keeping people that belong to be absolutely publicly executed able to walk around freely with no consequences due to his own Department of Justice hiding him from, like, he's in control. And even if you want to be like, it's a Democratic hoax, and these are all Democrats on here, and all the Republicans are innocent, then why the hell is he not throwing them in jail too?
Yeah, like, it's like fine. It's like, just throw them in jail.
Yeah, put them in jail. Like, we do not care. And the fact that you were trying to dunk on Hillary for so long, and dunk on these Democrats, putting them in prison, and you convinced all these QAnon people you were going to do it, and it was going to happen, and you're going to wake up one day, and there's going to be a bunch of these these Democrats, in handcuffs being ushered into unmarked squad cars. Like, I mean, that image, you could make that happen. You could do that right now. You could go arrest Bill Gates. You could go arrest Bill Clinton. You could go arrest Hillary Clinton. You could go.
They can't.
They don't do it. You know why? Because they're buddies.
Because they all have dirt on each other.
They all got dirt on each other. He knows the minute he fucking puts any of these people behind bars. That's why he was afraid of Prince Andrew getting arrested. Because even though.
No, did you see? Like, there's this there's this threat that he's gonna bomb Iran. Going on right now.
Yeah.
Apparently the Ayatollah of Iran said that if the United States launches military attacks, he's going to release videos of Trump touching like fucking kids.
Just do it already.
And then, no, because he's using it as blackmail because Israel.
Well, if they bomb the place where they're keeping the video, we'll never see it. The first target's going to be, where did that guy live?
No, then Israel is saying, if you don't bomb Iran, we're going to release those videos of you having kids. It's like...
Yeah, and by the way, congratulations to Benjamin Netanyahu for having blood cancer. Good for you, brother. I hope you die very quickly.
Got cancer?
Yeah, blood cancer, too. Fuck him. Fucking old piece of shit. Yeah, true.
Is this new?
Yeah, it came out like 2 days ago. My man's dying. And I couldn't be happier.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, so beautiful. Deserved. I mean, I was hoping they'd lump it in with Lou Gehrig's disease and just 1-2 punch him.
Oh, apparently it might not be true.
Oh, we got cooked.
Yeah, it looks like it's fake news, buddy.
Oh, we got cooked. Well, I can only hope.
You got Sintel'd.
Yeah, that's fair. It was Hoops Crave, but I believe him every time. I'm addicted. I was really hoping they'd be right once.
I was about to say I should know about this.
I want it to happen though. They're trying to tell it, Zach. They're trying to manifest it. Let them try to manifest. All right.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
We're with that. But no, okay.
I'm on your side here.
He's on the fast track to blood cancer. We're just gonna assume he's on the fast track. It's happening now. It's been manifested. The tweet's been sent out, so it's happening. So just prepare for that, Israel. It's happening. He's sick, very ill. But yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't sit down with a guy like this right now. Not right now. Like Zach said, if he had just, if we all we knew about Trump was he liked to, forcibly grab people's genitalia, and he likes to yell at people, and he does horrible policies, and he's super racist and all that stuff. If all that stuff is true and you sat down with him, then I don't think I'd be making a big deal, because I don't know of a lot of presidents that don't really follow all that model, to be honest. I mean, I think Barack's probably the only one that wasn't fully racist, and if he was racist towards white people, I accept it, and I think we deserve it, but I've never seen that. But if he was, good. But I think for the most part, most of those categories can be attributed to any president we've had in the last 230 years. I think most of them probably have at least one of those qualities. So I would not be bashing him if he was just sitting down with, you know, with Donald Trump and talking ball if none of this was happening. I just think the fact that you're able to push that out of your mind and say yes to something like this to try to humanize a person in a time where they need to be least humanized, I think it's demon
He
stuff.
doesn't even realize he's being used,
I don't
That's
know
the
if he's
thing.
that stupid. I think he knows exactly
He
what he's
doesn't. I
doing.
think he is.
He's trying to save his president. He's trying to
I
save his
truly,
president.
I truly think Josh Pate is not a very smart individual.
Hmm, okay.
No hate. He knows ball,
Yeah, but that might be all he
but
knows.
yeah,
It might be
like
that might
I
be the
don't.
limit of his autistic abilities.
Yeah, like I don't think he. I don't think he is was getting a ton of offers for
From
academics. I
gotcha.
think when you look at like some of the stuff that he like some of the stuff he tweets, some of the people he follows on Twitter, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like when he was tweeting, like, and the thing is, I hadn't followed him on Twitter until probably 2 or 3 months ago because the thing is I don't really watch podcasts like that. I really don't. Like, I've seen clips. I'll watch clips of your podcast. That if you're talking about a game that we've talked about on here, like I'll take a peep to see kind of where his mind was at. But it was never like I gotta watch this. But I've never been like that with any true crime, anything. Like I would rather listen to music. That's just kind of my thing. Like I'd rather do music over people talking. That shit's for like long car rides or something. Like I don't know. I don't really do anything like that as far as take my leisure time to sit down and watch an hour long podcast or listen. I don't do those kind of activities. I'm doing this and we're doing this because the people we're with don't want to talk about it, so we got to use each other and vent.
And
this
we
is
use each other in more ways than one.
That's true. It is true. It's very therapeutic, by the way. You guys should try it. If you really very therapeutic.
Yeah, people, don't rush to hate it.
No,
It's legal
don't
now.
rush to hate it. Yeah. So
You don't get AIDS from it.
yeah, 100%, and 100% safe. But no, it's just and it was an easy unfollow. It was an easy block for me. I'm not gonna be missing
Yeah,
any of his
very easy.
content. It wasn't something that I needed. It was just like it's cool that a guy had a show that was specifically dedicated to the sport I care about the most.
Yeah,
That doesn't
I
venture into
enjoyed a
other
lot of his
sports.
content.
Yeah,
I enjoyed a lot of
and
his content. He loves Norman.
yeah, very
He
pro
loves
Norman.
OU, but like, I just can't do it. It's the timing of it. It's everything. It's just like,
You
dude,
have to have a
I
moral
can't do it.
line you can't
Yeah.
cross. Like, and even if you didn't believe he's done anything wrong, to even want to be associated in the same sentence with him in this moment particularly is just not smart. I don't see how that's smart. Like,
Or just like record the interview and don't release it until after all this
yeah.
Epstein stuff is
Yeah,
gone.
I mean, holy fuck. I mean, at least do that. I mean, and granted, it's fine that video may never be released. If something really bad happens. But even if it does, I would release it anyways because it's like, I sat down with a demon.
I definitely, I would definitely release it then.
Yeah. I
Actually.
mean, it's just it's baffling to me to want to try to make him look good. I don't understand how you can do that. Like he talks about his Meemaw all the time. I hope Meemaw is rolling in her fucking grave seeing you do this. Like I hope your family is disgusted. Like I hope
It's like,
people
dude,
are.
how can we expect a pedophile? You know what? Like, he's a fucking pedophile. Like, I don't. If he just comes out and is like, oh, I don't. I think Texas should make a change at quarterback. It's like, bro, you're a fucking
Yeah, who
pedophile.
cares about your opinion, dog? Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. It's like, why would I care about? I mean, and Donald Trump doesn't even know ball, dog. They didn't even know ball. Like, why are you even inviting him on? He knows nothing about football. He knows nothing. He's like, I played 1 year in college or some shit like that. And like, I'm like, I don't even believe that. Where are the photos of that? I want to see photos. I
Yeah,
want to see videos.
he tried to buy. He
Tried to buy
forced
a
the
AFL team.
USFL.
Or yeah, he
Yeah,
forced it to shut down because they wouldn't sell him a team or something like that, right? Like wanted the team
ridiculous.
in New York to
Probably
be
because they were
his.
allowing black players in the league.
Something. But yeah, I mean he doesn't know ball, so it doesn't even make sense to bring him on anyways. And people are like, well, he's the president. I don't give a fuck if Jesus Christ walked into that room. If they were like, hey, Jesus has been hanging out and been touching kids inappropriately and fisting kids. You think I want Jesus sitting across from me? Well, he doesn't do anything wrong. I'm saying hypothetically. If Mother Teresa had been found out to be fisting kids, you think I'd want to be sitting across from Mother Teresa? I mean, I don't care how good of a person you think you are. If you're doing dastardly stuff or know somebody that's obviously done some dastardly shit, there is no way that I am going to be sitting across from you talking about something that's not related to why the fuck you allowed this shit to happen and why you're continuing to allow it to happen and openly admitting that nothing is going to happen about it and then floating out freedom to the one person that's still in jail for trafficking and be like, if you exonerate me, I'll let you out of prison. You think she's not going to sing like a bird and do whatever you tell her to do if you tell her you're going to let her out of her fun camp prison? She's not even in prison. Like, he's got her in some summer camp where she's doing yoga, got access to a puppy, and getting decent food. Like, she deserves to be in a gulag. Like, she does not deserve to be in a fucking hoity-toity prison. But because he knows if he puts her there, she's going to start talking, he's got to be playing nice. It's the most obvious cover-up I've ever seen in my life.
Hang them by their ankles and dump cold water on them every 30 minutes for the rest
Bring back the bull you heat up and cook somebody inside in. Bring the Iron Maiden back. Bring some of these old shit
This
back.
is the situation for it.
Yeah, like,
this is the situation for
public
it. Let's
quarterings.
make them gladiator battle.
I want public quartering. You know, gladiator battles.
No, let's make them. Let's make them gladiator battle.
Pay-per-view gladiator battles. I'd be posted up in a B-dubs faster than you can say B-dubs. I'd be there.
Like, you could call it PPV pedos.
I would do it. And then if the guy that wins in the end, then we release the lions. Good luck. I mean, like, you know.
Yeah, like the guy. Like, no, I think it's great. You tell him. You tell him, you know,
you're playing for your freedom.
Released.
Yeah,
you're playing for your freedom, and then as soon as he wins, someone should just like shoot him.
No shooting. This is gonna be slow and painful. No shooting. No guns allowed. No easy outs. If anything,
well, like in the knee,
and then let the lions come out. Yeah, because then they can't run. So yeah. No, I like that. No, I like bring it. Yeah.
No, do a what is it? I think it's polar bears or leopards. One of them. They make sure they eat their when they're eating their prey. They make sure to keep them alive for as long of the process as they can.
That's polar
because
bears.
It keeps the meat fresher.
That's polar bears.
Yeah, so they like intentionally, don't eat the vital parts
until the end. Yeah,
and until the end they very slowly.
Hey, I'm down.
Gnaw.
100%.
So I think you do that. You shoot the guy in the knee. You treat him so that he doesn't bleed out. Shoot both knees. Treat him so he doesn't bleed out, and then polar bears.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm down with that. I mean, it needs to happen, and I just and here's the thing, Zach.
It's what the people want.
It's what the people want, and if you really want to be a populist, you got to give us what we want, and I'll be honest, they haven't done that recently. It's been really disappointing. But here's the last thing I'll say is fuck Josh Pate. I'm just gonna say just fuck him. Like you've cooked your whole entire career, man. Like all these chuds that are like, we didn't want you R words here anyways. Have fun. It's like, dog, I'm not the one that's going to be protecting a pedophile and be known as someone that supports somebody that protects a pedophile and then hosts a pedophile. And then, if not a pedophile...
Good luck justifying that to your kids in 10 years, man.
What kids? Does he even have kids? I don't even know if he even has kids.
He just got married recently, so
let's hope he catches the Kevin Durant disease, because I don't need him reproducing anytime soon. I mean, at least he knows his kid won't be bald. I mean, that's true. It's every other generation gets it. So I mean, at least he knows his kid ain't gonna be bald. But yeah, I mean, you just can't do it. You cannot do it. It's not the right time. And if you wanted to officially become a right-wing commentator, that's what you're labeled now. Sorry, you're a right-wing podcaster with the boys now.
Where they just do it already.
Yeah, you're a right-wing podcaster now. Whether you like it or not, you have now officially labeled yourself as right-wing podcast. We knew he was right-wing, but now you're a right-wing podcaster. Well,
he posted the Charlie Kirk thing, and that
Once he did that, I was like, oh,
they awoke the lion inside of him.
Like, I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking like, all right, dog. Yeah, I mean,
he created 10 million Charlie Kirks.
Oh my. Yeah, he did. And they're like the last of his fan base, I'm sure now. But I mean, like it's just, I don't see how you don't have a moral spine. I don't see how you don't. I mean, again, like, if you're really good at your job, Josh, you'll get the next president to come on your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always going to be a next president, and maybe he thinks there isn't, and that would even be worse, because it's like, if there's not going to be, you definitely didn't have to do it now. Like, I mean, that's like, I mean, it's just bananas to me, and I'll never be able to wrap my head around it. I again, if this was filmed 6 months ago, and he was like, I'm releasing it on Sunday, it would still be stupid. But at least it would be like, well, 6 months ago I didn't know, and we just talked ball anyways. It's like, you're gonna talk ball anyways. You're not going to ask him any tough questions. It's not. They're all gonna be pre-written out. You've already given them to his handlers. They've given you a yes or no on whether or not you're allowed to ask it, and you're not gonna ask him anything related to politics. Because remember, no politics on your show, Josh. None, except for when I invite the pedophile protector / actual pedophile president over to talk to him about nothing in particularly decent, other than just fucking Army, Navy, and whether or not he thinks NIL can be fixed. He doesn't know anything about that. He's going to talk off the top of his head. He's going to say some bullshit. And $20 says he brings up the 2020 election for no reason.
Just say, well, I mean, Biden let that NIL. He let it go.
Cool, yeah.
He let it go.
If they put me in charge, I could fix it. Believe me. Believe me, I can fix it.
He ruined football. Trump's going to fix football.
I'm going to fix it for you.
The football's going to be beautiful, folks.
We're bringing it back.
I've never seen it like this before. A bunch of young, handsome men.
Very chiseled.
Chiseled men. I don't like them.
Yeah,
but if I did,
I'd be all
over them.
I mean, and it's like, and the fact that like people are like, well, still hanging on to like the fact that like, oh, he didn't know him as well as he says he did. Bullshit. We saw the open door of photos that you took out of the files when you saw like 4 of Trump and him hanging out. Took that out of the files after we caught that. Then the open, like the fact that like Donald Trump had sex with Melania for the first time on the Lolita Express. That is a fact. It is like you.
And now she's fucking kids.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it's like, does that mean that he was trafficking her for you? Like, I mean, like
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
like, it had to be confirmation of that. Why was that not? Why was that not in the documentary? Why was that not in the Melania documentary? I want questions. I mean, a real documentary would have slapped. It would have slapped. Yeah, Jeff Bezos, another right wing yuppie. Yeah, nuking his own newspaper to remain more right wing. Nuking his own Washington Post. Love that. No more Washington Post. Love that shit. Anyways,
protecting pedophiles to own the libs.
God damn it. I will never understand. I will never understand doing something like this. Because again, me and Zach have no problem with Republicans being on somebody's podcast. Like, if it was Ted Cruz, I don't think we'd be freaking out. All right, it would be hideous to look at.
I wouldn't love it, but
yeah, but it's like, again, it's nowhere near the absolute disgust I feel that he's like, you're being buddy with him. Like, I'm not using a Quick Trip ever again or an Academy.
You're being bros, man. Yeah, you're being bros with him.
It's gross. Even the right wing comedian podcasters that had him on are like, I didn't know it was this bad. If I would have known, I wouldn't have had him on. Which is, again, bullshit. I don't believe any of them, because we all knew they were doing it for clicks and ad money anyway. It wasn't like there was any good reason to do it in the first place. But at least they're backtracking and going back in their, somewhat more liberal holes they crawled out of to backtrack and be like, if I had known, I would have never have fucking had him on. Like Andrew Schultz trying to back his track, freaking Theo Vaughn trying to backtrack, all these idiots that have no brain cells and aren't even really that funny, and that's real. Like, I really don't think they are. I think Theo's just an ex-cokehead that thinks he's funny because he just brings up trailer park stuff all the damn time and incest. And then
I was addicted to drugs.
Yeah, it's like,
we all were, buddy.
Yeah, like, who wasn't? Yeah, name one comedian that hasn't done it that's actually good. I mean, like literally, all the good ones do it, man. Like, I know why you did it. We know you were trying to follow the formula. It just didn't work out for you. And to be honest, it did, because he's still making more money than any of us. But it's just the fact that, like, it doesn't mean he's funny, though. It doesn't mean he's good at it. It just means, whatever. But I'm just saying, they're at least backtracking. That should at least be a sign. I mean, for Josh Pate to stand up and be like, I'm your Huckleberry is fucking crazy to me. And he could have been like, well, we tried to schedule this 6 months ago, and this was the only available date he had, and I wasn't going to make him reschedule because I was afraid I wasn't going to get the booking again. Who the fuck gives a shit? I mean, who wants to even see him on your podcast anyways, dog?
Nobody.
You're the one who's
it's going to be like 3 minutes.
You're the one tweeting stuff like stick to sports and all this bullshit, and then you're going behind the back jerking off the president of the United States and acting like it's not a political statement. Like, fuck you. He's like, well, if I was having Obama on in 2012, would you have raked me over the coals? No one would have. If it was George W. Bush, like you said, in the height of the Iraq War, nobody would have chastised you as much. Like, it's literally just because this is personal. And the whole entire Republican Party preached this whole entire story about how we're going to take down this pedophile cabal of rich people. And then they were like, oops, it's us. They're like, never mind. But still, to be honest, most Republicans and most conservative people still believe that this is a disservice. They are still not that lost in the sauce. And when you
this is a 90% issue.
When you have QAnon people that are sitting here being pissed off you're not doing anything, even though they know that like most of the people in there are from the party they affiliate with, they now understand how we feel, as in, we don't care if Bill Clinton's in those files. We don't care if anybody we know is in those files. I don't care if
it's obviously
I don't care if Michael Jordan
kids is bipartisan.
What?
It's like obviously touching kids is bipartisan.
Yeah,
like, just get rid of all of them.
Yeah, like no one cares enough to stand by somebody accused of that unless they're like married to them, and even then get a fucking divorce. Holy shit. I mean, your mother raised you by stand by your man? Hell no. When he does something wrong, your man does something wrong, separate yourself, man. A long way. Be like, I don't even know what the fuck he was up to. Oh, you didn't tell me about any of this. Play stupid. Change your name, move to a different town, we'll forgive you. I don't know about him. It's just, I can't get over the fact that nothing's going to happen. The nothing ever happens clan wins again. It's just so, and the thing is if you think that the next president is going to do anything about it, you're probably also insane. I don't think anything's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. These people are going to walk around free the rest of their lives, and we will be a laughingstock of the world once again, being the only freaking country that has people that have medical debt, and we have people that we love to support that are pedophiles openly, that we know are, and we also just absolutely love the Israel. That's it. We're a bunch of pedophile protecting, pro-Israeli, medical debt lovers. We love it.
USA, baby.
Yeah, we fucking love it. Universal healthcare. Who the fuck needs that? Have fun dying if you get cancer, you piece of shit. I mean, like, I had an old lady come into my work, and she was surprised that her mom that went to go get a urinary sample and analyzed at the ER got charged $2,700. She was like, why is it so expensive? Everything I do is free. She's like,
'Cause you're old.
Like 87. I'm like, dog, you got Medicare A and B, and most insurances don't even cover ER visits unless you got both A and B. So, I mean, like, yeah, that's right. That's why nobody ever fucking wants to go to the ER. Should have gone to an urgent care, you dumb bitch. And she just couldn't believe it was that expensive. I'm like, yeah, why do you think people with no health insurance never get anything done? It's because they're like, oh, you want this pill? That'll be $900. And these people are already rubbing 2 pennies together to stay warm. It's like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll just fucking die. I mean, I hope this home remedy works. I started drinking silver and turned my skin blue. I mean, it's just stupid. Like, it's just stupid. So have fun, America. We're now the pedophile kings of the world. If you love pedophilia and you love touching kids, come move to America. We won't prosecute you. And even those people that catch pedophiles online that upload their videos on YouTube, 9 times out of 10, those idiots get slaps on the wrist. And they're back out in 2 years. Like, well, I'm a registered sex offender. I don't care. At least I'm not in jail. And it's like, better go send another kid a picture of my penis. It's just crazy. We don't do
clip that.
we don't care. We don't care about the kids. We don't care about the kids. We just want to. I mean, when he said drain the swamp, I didn't know that was code for draining my balls into a 13-year-old. I didn't know that was code for that.
Chat, clip that.
I mean, but apparently that's what he was draining.
Buddy, these out of context, those quotes are crazy.
Oh, you know what? Nothing. This whole entire the history of this podcast has multiple moments like this, where if you took any of this out of context, it'd be horrible. Like, But anyways, I can't stop thinking about this. It's so stupid. I'm not even gonna say I'm praying for this to get better because I know it's not gonna do anything. But like, holy shit, like we have got to have somebody with balls to do something, and we've just got a bunch of limp dick old head idiots that, they were 18 and dated some 13-year-old when it was 1960 or whatever. So they're like, I don't see anything wrong with this. 15 isn't really a minor. Like, saying 15 isn't a minor is crazy to me too. Like, unbelievable. Did we win already? Is the game over? We win? Is it over?
And we're gonna win.
Final score.
Let's call this before we get sniped by the IDF.
Final score. Give me the final score. I know it's over. Give me final score before we get out of here.
It's not over yet.
Well, give me estimated final score.
We're gonna win. I mean, I'll just give you what the betting odds say.
Okay.
Right now, it's sitting at. It's probably gonna be 108, maybe 112 to 93.
That's a win, baby. Thunder win. The Thunder in. That's going to be the episode. Good night, Canada. You are the better country. I give it up to you, Canada. You've done it. It's official. We suck. We stink. Good night, everybody. Episode 115 next.
USA.
Yeah, we'll see, baby.